Governor Dave Heinemann's not shy about telling people he loves Nebraska and he loves being governor. It's his answer anytime someone questions his political future. Well, after an unprecedented 3 days of hearings here at the Supreme Court, we now must wait nearly 3 months for a decision. First, we start tonight with the meat locker burning in downtown Wahoo, where firefighters continue to douse the smoldering ashes. 10/11 viewers watch smoke fill the skies from miles away. Good evening, I'm Dave Robert. The punishment for a woman who admitted to drunk driving with her kids in the car won't keep her locked up for long, and that bothers some people. For the reasons why, 10/11 News reporter Kristen Bauer is live in the newsroom. Kristen.
Gosh, Nebraska football fans have sat through thunderstorms, blizzards. It just doesn't matter.
I was just going to say, there's no rain delays in football.
Absolutely not. It'll all work out.
With all the evidence in one place, this case is as hot as it's ever been. And while photos paint a picture of the crime scene here 38 years ago, it also reveals the difficulties facing investigators. The job of a responsible journalist is to make sure that people feel informed, not just with any information, but information that matters in their lives.
Live from our studios in Lincoln and Grand Island, 10/11 News at 10 starts now.
Helping the people of Moore, Oklahoma, the best way people here say you can make a difference.
We're live from Moore, Oklahoma, where Nebraskans continue to help with the tornado recovery. State troopers chase a suspect from Interstate 80 into residential Lincoln. Neighbors describe the pursuit. But first, the top story on 10/11 News at 10. We're live in Columbus, where police investigate a suspicious death. So far, the officers won't say much about what they found, but we know it warrants an investigation. Good evening, I'm Dave Roberts. Moments ago, investigators called off the search for clues, but the investigation isn't over at 2603 8th Street in Columbus. That's where 10/11 News reporter Megan Johnson is live. Megan. All right, thank you, Megan. In Grand Island tonight, police search for the people who burglarized 3 Nebraska Danger football players. It happened yesterday afternoon. The thieves took a TV, electronics, and clothes. Police say no one saw what happened. The thieves likely used an unlocked balcony door to get in. Police didn't find a ladder or any evidence outside the apartment. Here in Lincoln, a police chase through a neighborhood startled some people before ending with an arrest. It started on I-80 near mile marker 401 and ended just off 27th and Fletcher. That's where 10/11 News reporter Kristen Bauer is live. Kristen. In Moore, Oklahoma tonight, the search for survivors shifts to salvaging the memories scattered for miles. Today, the mayor of Moore says all but 6 missing people are now accounted for. 24 people died in the EF5 tornado. Sadly, 10 of them are children. The tornado destroyed 2,400 homes, displacing roughly 10,000 people. Millions of dollars and thousands of volunteers will help ease their pain, and generous Nebraskans aren't afraid to lend a helping hand. My co-anchor Bridget Fargent is live in Moore, Oklahoma tonight. Bridget? Good work out there. Thank you so much, Bridget. Well, if you want to help the people of Oklahoma, here's the fastest and likely the best way. Make a donation by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or text the word Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Those donations help provide food, shelter, and emotional support. You'll find a link on 1011now.com. If you decide to donate another way, be aware of scams. Some con artists exploit disasters to take your hard-earned money. Always double-check the organization you're donating to and make sure it's legit. Your best bets are the Salvation Army and Red Cross. Well, it is severe weather season, and in a week of tornadic activity, it's important to remember that this could happen anywhere. Today is the 2nd anniversary of the Joplin, Missouri tornado. It's also the 9th anniversary of the Hallam tornado right here in Nebraska. 9 years ago, an EF4 tornado ripped through the Lancaster County community. It's taken some time, but the town has been able to rebuild and is thriving once again. Coming up, they're running for a reason. We caught up with those carrying the torch ahead of the Special Olympics. Plus, chasing the Big Ten title, the Nebraska baseball team heats up the mound against Michigan. Kevin has all the highlights coming up in sports. Is there anything that you regret from the way things were handled before compared to the way they're handled now?
I'm very happy with what we have in place right now. I think we've got a very reasonable protocol, and it's serving the students well.
But any regrets?
Just, no. I mean, regrets would be old business.
With her focus on the future, Sue Gildersleeve says the university's bedbug policy is working. Have you had any new cases or reports of bedbugs on campus?
Well, what we've had a couple of instances in our family housing units. We've had 2 happen last fall, and we've taken care of those with heat treatment and no reoccurrence. Nothing in our residence halls.
Hey, good morning, guys.
But this time last year, students felt at risk.
I think it's pretty gross.
All my friends are like, ugh, don't even talk about it because I'm getting freaked out right now.
After 1011 viewers voiced concern with the university's handling of the situation, we requested and paged through hundreds of university emails. We found written evidence UNL filtered the information being shared with parents and the media. Gildersleeve reminds RAs the school has not and will not authorize any media to interview students and staff. In this email from January 19th, UNL News Director Kelly Bartling insults our effort to share the story with parents and all Nebraskans, writing, quote, TV, well, whatever. I can't stand TV news. Nobody is watching them. She goes on to write, far as I'm concerned, the story is over. Unfortunately for everyone involved, it was far from over. The investigation continued well into February. Angry emails from parents very upset and incredibly disappointed flooded the inboxes of university administrators. One RA who lived in a room with bedbugs became concerned when the university didn't tell other students about the problem. She wrote, "The major repairs note isn't working." When she asked what to do, a housing employee replied, "Tell them we're treating the room just to be cautious."
This is the first time we've had to face this problem, and so we're all learning about how to handle a situation like this.
Now, a year later, Gildersleeve is confident with the school's bedbug policy. UNL will now post signs on dorm floors where inspectors find bedbugs. All infected areas will immediately get heat treated, and the school will also focus on communication with students.
We think that the best course of action is to notify the people that are most closely affected. We count on our students to let parents know if they are affected. But most schools, there's really not a reason to do a large alert.
With only 2 cases reported on campus this year and 0 bedbugs showing up in dorms, Gildersleeve stands by UNL's new bedbug protocol.
I'm very satisfied that we did everything we could at the time, and we've had a good plan put in place moving forward, and so far it seems to be working very well.
If you want to see more on this story, it is available online. To read the emails seen in our special report, just go to 1011now.com and click on the link for this story.
You have to keep a very open mind and not get sucked into that, down the wrong path, because there's so many different paths that this investigation did take.
So far, the known paths all lead to dead ends. A boyfriend, a lover, a serial killer, even the mafia. All theories posed by previous investigators, except Captain Gary Jolfs. He's the man who just took over the case.
There were over 5,000 documents that we needed to go through and organize to get them so we could wrap our head around where the investigation had gone.
On April 20th, 1974, a cattle farmer found Patricia Webb's naked, bullet-riddled body buried under a haystack here at this farm south of Lincoln. The 24-year-old, often described as a fun-loving free spirit, went missing 2 days earlier from her job at the adult book and cinema store in downtown Lincoln.
In fact, she was supposed to testify the day after she disappeared in court and didn't show up, and that's what started the search for her.
At first, it appeared to be retaliation for her upcoming court testimony and work as a police informant to help catch drug dealers. People also claim to see her get in a car with this man. He could be a suspect or just a friend. No one knows because no one knows who he is. Like all the other evidence, the sketch doesn't lead to a killer.
It's the only unsolved homicide that occurred in the county.
With all the evidence in one place, this case is as hot as it's ever been. And while photos paint a picture of the crime scene here 38 years ago, it also reveals the difficulties facing investigators. Deputies and officers handling evidence without gloves, never foreseeing the future of DNA and forensic technology.
Just things that we do differently now that I wish that had been done then, and I'm not belittling at all the people that worked on the case back then. It's just the way things were.
Now, the way things are, advancements in DNA detection may be the break needed to turn this cold case into a closed case.
We're hoping that some of the physical evidence that remains can be re-examined and give us some further clues to go forth with.
The best piece of evidence, a quilted extra-large jacket from Gooch's Feed Mill. The maker only produced 143.
And if someone recalls having a jacket at one time, or somebody that may have had a jacket one time from Gooch's Mill, we're talking 40 years ago, that's about impossible, but that would be a great help.
And your help is what police need most. Maybe it's something you saw or someone you know. Any new fact may be the final piece to this puzzle.
There's a lot of things I look at the investigation that I wish it were a lot more recent, things that would be beneficial to us to know now.
Jills believes the killer is still alive and out there. Unlike Patricia Webb, a woman smiling in every photograph taken from this world before her time.